Okay, this is third part of our solar series with Tim Sanborn from Cazeault Home and Solar. Or is it Solar and Home? Solar and Home.
Solar comes first, and then home.
And we're here at longtime established Gloucester business owner Steve Linsky, Linsky's service station down on Maple. What's the actual address, physical address?
59 Maplewood Avenue.
On that hard turn. Yeah, exactly. How many years you been in business here?
1953.
1953.
My father bought it. The place has been here since 1926. A fellow by the name of Sumner Parks built it, who was Eddie Parks' father, who was the longtime DPW guy.
Oh wow, yeah.
Still lives up the street.
Jeez.
And my father bought it in March of 1953, and I was born into it. So I'm like an indentured servant.
I kind of know a little bit what that's like. Yeah, third generation down the dock. But we've done residential solar interviews. This is our first commercial solar interview. What led you to solar, and what led you to Cazeault to work with Tim?
Well, what happened was I got home one afternoon, and there was a young fellow walking the street. I figured he was doing some kind of political thing, and he says, "I'm from," do I say the name of the company?
You certainly do.
He was from Next Step
Living.
Solar. Next Step Living?
Next Step Living.
Next Step Living Solar.
Yeah.
And really perked my interest. I mean, free electricity, I'm listening.
Yeah.
So all he was the guy that got the name. So he had the fellow come that actually gives the estimates and such. And so he really sparked my interest in doing it at my house. And he told me all sorts of things. One of them was that they don't do flat roofs, because right from the get-go, I wanted to do here as well as home. He said, we don't do flat roofs, which I took to mean nobody did, so, I don't know anything, that's all fine and good. And so, because I'm the type of person that I don't just sign. I made that mistake once and it won't happen again. And I don't know anything, and I know a lot of people smarter than me. I got talking about it. One of the fellows that heard me was Joe Sanfilippo of JAS Electric. And Joe said to me, he said, why don't you talk to Timmy? My response was, Timmy who? Because I had no idea what he was talking about. And he said, Timmy Sanborn. I said, geez, I haven't seen Tim for a while. I didn't know he did solar. I had no idea whatsoever. So Tim came in the garage. I was talking to a customer, and I said, I'll be with you in about 5 minutes. Yeah, fine. And he's walking around looking, and I'm not really paying any attention. The next thing he comes up, yeah, we can do here. We can do here? He said, yeah. I said, well, what about the flat roof? We don't care if it's a flat roof. We can do it. We fine. And we can produce enough here to take care of here and your house. And that's what excited me, because, and this is probably the wrong thing to say, I really didn't want it on my house. I think it's ugly as hell. So, not that I have a mansion or anything, it's a plain Jane house. And where my house is, the whole street is perfect for solar. But I just didn't really want it.
Yeah.
So when he said I could do it here, this is great. And the rest is history. We did it.
So how long have your panels been installed?
The panels were up and working June, I believe.
June, July. Yep.
Well, maybe it was late May. It was actually late May. Very late May of 15. I think we were finally set up with the electric company late July. Correct. And so, but what it produced the end of May and June, and prior to actually getting the okay, I got credited for, so it's not like I lost.
Very nice. And so a question that I have was, some people want to do solar just because in their head it's a green thing. Some people it's financial, and some people it's both. What was it purely financial for you, or was it part and part?
I would say 90% financial.
Yeah.
A little bit of trying to be somewhat green.
Yeah.
We burn our waste oil rather than, I'm not really into that stuff, but that reduce your carbon footprint and all that. So if you can do something, I buy my oil in bulk so I don't have plastic jugs. I mean, I have some, but for the most part, I do bulk oil so that I don't have to make that much more rubbish.
Right. But see, what I'm getting at is, for me as a businessman, you as a businessman, it comes down to dollars and cents. It came down to dollars and cents for you. If you weren't going to make money, or if you didn't think this was a good financial move for you, you wouldn't have done it.
Correct.
That was the point where I was going. Absolutely. So what were were there incentives? Maybe Tim, you could take this part. What made it financially, what made sense to him as far as?
He can obviously explain it more in detail, but when you sit down and I gave him one of my higher bills.
Yep.
So we rounded it off to $400. My electric bill is anywhere from 3 to 5.
Yep.
So $400, I only multiplied it by 10 months, not 12, times the 10 years versus so you're paying $4,000 a year for electricity, which is actually more, but we used $4,000 for a number.
Yep.
So now you take that $4,000, take your SRECs, depreciation and all that sort of thing, and he can show you on paper that in 10 years you're going to make $20,000 or $30,000.
Make it. Not break even,
Oh, God,
make
no.
it.
Right. So you're going to make $20,000 or $30,000. Now I don't know if it's the same now because it's a different SREC program, I guess, since I did it. But how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
It took money to do this. It took a trip to Cape Ann Savings Bank and a couple of signatures on the dotted line.
Yep.
I never thought I'd be borrowing this kind of money at my ancient age, but
Yep.
you'd have to do it.
Yeah.
It increases the value of your property.
Yep.
It's helping me at home.
I think the important thing on a commercial basis is that your payback is 2 to 3 years on commercial with depreciation, which we don't get on the residential side. But between the electricity savings, which stays in the checkbook, sorry about that.
That's it.
And your SREC income, which is significant, and your depreciation, because it's a commercial asset, Steve's payback is 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3
Double his
years.
money in 10 years.
Wow.
You can't do that with any other leasehold improvement in your building.
Yeah.
Certainly not at 1.5% in the bank.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was a skeptic. I don't know if were you ever a skeptic of renewable energy or like 5 or 6 years ago?
I never really looked at it.
Yeah.
5 or 6. I mean, this
Yeah.
to me started last summer, so the summer of 15.
Right.
Prior to that, no, because you never heard any good stories.
Yeah. I'll tell you. So since talking to Tim and these people, and I've done this alternative energy series on the blog, every single person that we've spoken with that has a year in the books has said nothing but good, positive things.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're I, as a skeptic, you hear the claims, but now that we're hearing people with this amount of time under their belt, showing the results financially, you can't argue with that.
Correct.
It's black and white. It's on paper.
It's right there.
Yeah.
And then you start to look at your bills, you go on the internet, I go on and I check my, what do they call it, the dashboard? My guys call it solar porn. He's down there looking at it, solar porn.
Right, because you can see on
You
a
can see what you're producing.
yeah.
You can track your old bills so that you get an idea if you want to, I mean, obviously when you first get it, you sit there for hours and
You're comparing, yeah.
Yeah.
Windows a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you only go on once or twice a week, but
Yeah.
and then you get that first SREC check, and you just grin from ear to ear. And then you get your first. I finally got my first free bill at the house, and that's a double grin from ear to ear.
Yeah.
And it's just
Crazy.
So now the next step is, and I certainly don't want to rush it, to see if we make 25 years without having a problem with it.
There you go.
We will. No moving pieces.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Well, Tim was telling us a story over by Beverly High School where how many years has that?
No, but 35 years at the Beverly High School. It's actually up on Kosher Road.
Yeah.
And that Keystone is producing at 90% of its original production.
Yeah.
So
there
the great
you
thing
go.
about solar is it has no moving pieces.
Right.
So it's not like our compressor in the back room here. We had time to time during this interview. Those are moving pieces, so they have a tendency to break down. Solar that's just, I like to say it's glass up on the roof producing electricity.
There you
And
go.
the other funny thing is now when you have it, you start seeing it everywhere.
Oh yeah.
We went to Maine this weekend and fields of it and see,
Yeah.
Because it makes sense.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Northeast.
And I want to commend Steve because he took some confidence in me. He's my second commercial customer on Cape Ann. We do, as you know, we do Eastern Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But Steve was our second commercial customer. We now have 8 commercial solar installations done on Cape Ann alone,
You got a bunch this week, right?
and we've got 4 under letters of intent as we speak today.
Very nice.
Well, part of it was confidence, and the other part was I know where he lives.
Yeah, everybody says that. It always comes back to that, Tim, doesn't
Right
it?
around the corner.
You know,
Yeah.
and again, it's the typical Gloucester thing where you know the family,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep. Very good. Well, just like your family, I mean, long time. And I don't know how many families, generations after generation, have come to Linsky service, but I'm sure there's quite a few.
Oh, positively, dealing with grandchildren, it's kind of a funny thing. All of a sudden, somebody will come in and it's like, I get so old.
Right. You haven't seen him for a couple
I
of years.
certainly haven't aged.
Exactly.
I'm still only about 18 to 19.
Yeah.
There you go.
All that.
And I'm sure you see the same thing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations. Cazeault Solar and Home. You can look them up on the web. We'll have the link on the blog to get in telephone number to get a hold of Tim.
Now, do I need to get an agent now? Because this is going to get me to Hollywood.
Hollywood.
And
Yes.
always come to Linsky's for
Always.
your car.
Even if it isn't broken.